Today we look at the loyalty myth. Why your best employee are already planning their exit. For decades we build our businesses on silent contract. You stay, we pay. You climb the career ladder, we hold a ladder. You give us your time, we give you a good watch eventually. But this contract, it is now being rippled, tossed on, and stamped into the incinerator of post-pandemic, hyper-connected, talent-scarce world. Welcome back to Hilpat HR Matters. And today we are tracking the single most uncomfortable truth in business right now, the loyalty myth. We have all seen the headline, the great resignation, quiet quitting, rage applying, but there is the reality that nobody wants to admit. Your employee aren't disloyal. They just finally realize that the old rules no longer apply to them. In the next few minutes, we are going to deconstruct why loyalty died, why your top talent now operate as free agent, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it. We are not going to give you the usual building blocks, pizza party advice. We are going to talk about radical transparency, mutual value exchange, and how to turn free agency into your organizational strength. So let's begin. To understand why we are where we are, we have to look where we have come from. Our parents, our grandparents. Loyalty was a survival mechanism. You stayed at one company for 40 years, and in return, they give you a pension, healthcare, and a defined career path. It was a straight line, predictable, safe. But the business world of today has changed. The 2008 financial crisis, the gig economy explosion, the pandemic. What did all these events teach the average worker? It taught them that job security is an illusion. Employees watch their parents get laid off after 20 years of service. They watch companies post record profit while freezing salaries. They watch CEOs take massive bonuses while cutting about 401k matches. The message was loud and clear. We are not family, we are here for transaction. And once that psychological contract was broken, it could never truly be repaid. You cannot unring that bell. Employees now realize that if companies are going to treat them as disposable, they have to treat their skills as assets and their employment as a temporary partnership. This is what we now call the rise of the free agency economy. So, who is this agent or this free agent? It is not just the Uber driver or the freelance graphic designer, no. It's your senior marketing director. It's your head of engineering. It is your top sales rep. The modern professional now views their career path as a portfolio of experience, not a ladder to climb. They invest in skills that are portable, things that can take them anywhere. They build personal brand on LinkedIn, for example, that are often bigger than your corporate page. They have networks that span multiple industries. Here is the mindset shift that terrifies traditional leaders. A free agent doesn't ask, what can my company do for me? They ask, what can I do for my company and what do I get in return? Let's just suppose the traditional employee and the free agent. The traditional employee will say, I'm loyal to this firm. But the free agent will say, I'm loyal to my craft and my growth. The traditional employee will say, I will wait for a promotion. The free agent will say, I will create my own opportunities. I will have my own network build and I will secure my skill. And this is what we have in recent times. This doesn't make them bad people, no. It makes them smart people and trying to shape them into loyalty. We gave you a job is the fastest way to push them out the door. At Hilpat HR, we believe that fighting this reality is a losing battle. In fact, we argue that embracing free agency is the only way forward, but how? That brings us to our discussion in detail. So, if the old loyalty is dead, how do we get people to stay? The answer is counterintuitive. Stop trying to make them stay. Instead of locking the castle gate, open them. Let your people know that you know they have options. And then make the experience of working with you so valuable that they choose to stay anyway. Here is Hilpat HR framework for winning the free agent era. We call it T.A.P framework. It consists of transparency. In transparency, we stop hiding your salary band. Stop being meticulous about business performance. Radical transparency builds trust, and trust is the new currency. When you share the why behind decision, your free agent feel like owners, not renters. Second on the tab is accelerated growth. Free agents care about their portfolio skill. If you are adding or skilling them faster than the market, they will need to find someone who will invest in their marketability, send them to conferences, give them stretch projects, make them more valuable than even if they leave Sunday. It sounds risky, but ironically, when you invest in their future, they invest in your present. The P in the T.A.P is purposeful flexibility, not just remote work. Purposeful flexibility means giving them control on how they work, when they work, and where they work, as long as the outcomes are delivered. Judge them by their output, not their presence. We have seen it happen. We have helped organizations in tech, finance, manufacturing, and NGO completely shift their culture from retention by obligation to retention by desire. The result: lower turnover, higher referrals, and a reputation that makes top talent come to you. Because when you treat employees like sophisticated investors in their own career, they invest heavily in your company's success. We have compiled a free resource for you, a free agent retention checklist that outlines the specific policies you can implement tomorrow to start this shift. This is the way out. Loyalty isn't dead anyway, it is just being redefined. It used to be a caged golden handcuff that keep people stuck. Today, loyalty must be a choice that your employee wake up and make in every single day. As the only way they choose you over and above others again and again. It is often than more just cheap pay. You offer them growth, you offer them trust, you offer them a mission worth fighting for. At Hilpat HR, we believe that the most successful organization of the next decade won't be the one with the most rigid rules. They will be the ones with the most authentic relationship. They will be the ones brave enough to say, we know you have options and we are going to earn your choice every single day. If this episode made you rethink how you view your talent, please do us a favor, hit right away that like button. It helps other leaders find this content and wake up to the new reality. Subscribe to Hilpat HR channel and ring the bell so you never miss our deep dive into the future of work. Thank you for your time and your trust. I am Hilary Okoli and we hope to see you in our next episode on Hilpat HR Matters. Remember, don't manage people, inspire them.